Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. Uh, I am Dr. Ahmad Salahuddin bin Muhammad Azizan from OUM. Today I will be presenting the finding of a SLR, Systematic Literature Review, that explores how the four prophetic values, which is Siddiq, Amanah, Tabligh, and Fathanah, can be integrated into digital literacy education. So the first slide is about the topic and also the name of the writers. As we all know, as digital technologies become increasingly embedded in our daily life, educational system worldwide are placing greater emphasis on digital literacy. However, while students are learning how to use technology, a critical question remains. Are they learning how to use technology ethically? The studies argues that digital literacy should not only focus on technical competencies, but also on moral and ethical dimensions. By drawing upon prophetic values, peace be upon him, we propose a more holistic framework for preparing responsible and ethical digital citizens. Okay, for the next slide. In many educational contexts today, digital literacy is often measured through technical competencies. Students are taught how to search for information, use software, create digital content, and communicate online. These skills are undoubtedly important. However, they represent only one side of digital literacy. Current frameworks tend to emphasize information literacy, technical proficiency, critical thinking, and digital communication. While these competencies are valuable, they often overlook ethical responsibility. As a result, students may become digitally skilled but ethically unprepared. We see this reflected in issues such as cyberbullying, misinformation, online fraud, plagiarism, and irresponsible social media behavior. Therefore, the challenge is not merely teaching students how to use technology, but guiding them on how to use technology responsibly and ethically. For the next slide, this slide introduces the central concept of our studies, the ethical digital compass. The compass is built upon four prophetic values. Okay, the first one is Siddiq, represent truthfulness and integrity. In digital environment, this involves verifying information before sharing, avoiding misinformation, and promoting honestly online. The second one is Amanah, refers to the trustworthiness and responsibility. This includes protecting privacy, respecting intellectual property, and safeguarding digital information. Okay. The third one, Tabligh, emphasize effective and ethical communication. It encourages respectful online interactions, constructive dialogue, and responsible content sharing. And for the last one is Fathanah. Okay. Fathanah represents wisdom and critical thinking. This value helps individuals evaluate information critically, make informed decisions, and navigate complex digital environments. Together, these four values provide moral direction for digital citizenship. The next one, although these prophetic values originate centuries ago, they remain highly relevant today. Let's examine how each value addresses contemporary digital challenges. For the Siddiq counters fake news, misinformation, and deception. Amanah addresses privacy breach, cybercrime, and unethical data usage. Tabligh promotes respectful communication and help reduce cyberbullying, hate speech, and online harassment. Fathanah support critical evaluation of online information and protects users from manipulation and digital scams. This demonstrates the ethical principles are timeless. While technologies change rapidly, the needs for honesty, responsibility, communication, and wisdom remain constant. So the next one, our review identified two major gaps in existing research. For the first one is conceptual gap. Many studies discuss digital literacy and ethics separately. However, few studies integrate ethical frameworks directly into digital literacy models. And for the second one is implementation gap. Even when ethical principles are discussed, there is limited guidance on how they can be systematically incorporated into curriculum design, teaching strategies, and assessment practices. This creates disconnection between theory and classroom implementation. Consequently, educational institutions often acknowledge the importance of ethics but lack of practical frameworks for implementation. So this is to get. To address this gap, we conduct a systematic literature review, as we all know, we call SLR. Okay. The review focused on studies published between 2021 and 2026. Articles are identified through recognized academic database and screened using established inclusion and exclusion criteria. So for the study, we use the Scopus and WOS database. The process involved identification of relevant studies for the both database, and then we screening for the relevance, and then we do the process of we call eligibility assessment, and the final selection for analysis. Okay. So this systematic approach ensure methodological rigor and allowed us to synthesize current evidence on digital literacy, ethical education, and values-based learning. Okay. The final body of literature provide the foundation for our purpose framework. So as you all see the slide, for the last one, we include 14 high value studies that related for our topic today. Okay, for the next one, based on the review findings, we propose a 3 pillars framework. The first pillar is character outcomes. This pillar focuses on developing ethical values such as honesty, responsibility, wisdom, and effective communication. The second pillar is pedagogical integration and AI. Teachers play a critical role in embedding ethical discussions into digital learning activities and guiding students' interaction with AI technologies. And the third pillar, digital governance strategy. Institutions must establish policies, leadership structures, and accountability mechanisms that support ethical digital practices. Together, these 3 pillars create a comprehensive ecosystem for ethical digital literacy development. Okay, the first pillar focuses on student. The review indicates the ethical digital literacy contributes to 4 important outcomes. The first one, enhance ethical awareness. Okay, students become more conscious of the consequences of their online action. The second one, improve critical thinking. They learn to evaluate information before accepting and then or sharing it. The third one is responsible online behavior. Students develop habits that reflect accountability and respect. The fourth one, holistic digital citizenship. They become not only competent technologies users, but also responsible members of digital communities. These outcomes align with broader educational goals of character development and citizenship education. The second pillar teachers. Okay? So the first one for students, the second one for teachers, are central to successful implementation. This review suggests that digital literacy should not be taught as purely technical subject. Instead, educators should integrate ethical discussion into classroom activities. For example, evaluating the credibility of AI-generated content, discussing ethical dilemmas involved social media, analyzing misinformation campaign, reflecting on responsible AI use. Okay. So teachers themselves must possess both digital competence and ethical awareness. Therefore, professional development programs should be prepared teacher to navigate emerging technologies while maintaining ethical education practices. And for the last pillars, okay, the third pillar focus on institutional responsibility. Ethical digital literacy cannot depend solely on individual teachers. School and universities must provide supportive structures through leadership commitment, clear digital governance policies, ethical technologies guidelines, curriculum integration, monitoring and evaluation mechanism. Okay. Institutional support ensures consistency and sustainability. Without organizational commitment, ethical initiative often remain isolated and short-lived. Okay. For the next one, despite the potential benefits, implementation challenges remain. The review identifies several obstacles. The first is limited educator training in digital ethics. The second is unequal access to technological resources. The third one, assessment system often prioritize technical skills rather than ethical competencies. The fourth one, policy framework may not explicitly address ethical digital citizenship. And finally, resistance to change can slow implementation efforts. Recognizing these challenges is important because effective solutions require both pedagogical and institutional responses. This is the blueprint for the global citizenship. This slide presents the broader vision of the framework, the integration of prophetic values or wisdom with digital literacy contribute to global citizenship development. The formula is simple. Prophetic values plus digital literacy equal ethical digital citizenship. Okay. Students equipped with both technical competencies and ethical foundation are better prepared to participate responsibly in an increasing interconnection world. Importantly, while the framework organized from Islamic values, these principles are universal and resonate the broader global citizenship goals such as integrity, respect, responsibility, and wisdom. For the last one, the conclusion. To conclude, this review demonstrates that digital literacy education should move beyond technical skills alone. The four prophetic values provide a powerful ethical framework for navigating contemporary digital environments. Siddiq promote truthfulness, Amanah encourage responsibility, Tabligh foster ethical communication, and Fathanah develops wisdom and critical thinking. Together, these values can guide educators, institutions, and policy makers in developing ethically grounded digital citizens. As we prepare learners for the future, the question is not simply whether they can use technology. The more important question is whether they can use technology wisely, responsibly, and ethically. Okay. So this is what I will prepare for today. Okay. Thank you for lending your ears. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.